So one thing I will say that you should invest in that doesn't cost anything is time with your family. If you're gonna stay home, if you're gonna be home, right, during this time, don't waste it. This ain't a vacation. If you're gonna be home, this is the time to spend time with your family because you never did, or this is the time to get up off your butt and do something that you've been talking about for a long time. There's no excuses now, so you need to go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Jsean.
Hey, what's going on? It's Jsean. So I'm just shooting this on the GoPro. I'm out and about. I'm just kind of curious. What is it that what are y'all doing right now? I'm dropping somebody off for a doctor's for something totally different. Don't worry, it ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. But I'm just curious. I'm not even supposed to park here either, so I got my foot on a brake ready to smash off. And I was driving by, they had so many people outside, and apparently they were doing the testing. So aside from all that, I just want to know, man, like, everybody, this affects everybody. So if you leave a comment below. Has this affected you? If so, how? I mean, obviously you don't want to get too personal, but if you feel like sharing and offering any type of advice, or just shed some light on your circumstance, how it has affected you, maybe. Leave a comment below. I think it's always good to keep your eyes peeled, and if you can do it, invest in certain things that you can afford to take those potential risks on now. I know this is where the rich get rich and the poor get more poor, because now when everything's dropping, stock market's going crazy. People who got the money, they're going crazy and investing heavy because they can afford to do it while everything is low, because they're already well off. For regular people, you know, like you or me, I guess that you got to be very particular and careful on what you invest in. So one thing I will say that you should invest in that doesn't cost anything is time with your family. Make sure you stay close to your family, because at the end of the day, no matter if this would affect, if other things would affect more people than this, that's not even that is not even what's important right now. What's important is it is affecting people, and it could affect you. And it could affect you directly, meaning somebody within your household or your family or yourself. And if that were to happen, things would definitely change in your scenario. So I think about those things, and it makes me worried. Mostly because of what I see around, what's going on around me. That makes me more worried than normal. But it makes me worried because by taking chances, going out into the workforce, or trying to conduct business as usual, you're taking a chance. And as much as you think you may need the money for bills or survival or whatever it is, if you are, especially like if you're the breadwinner or something like that, or even if you're not, by you going out there, and if you could potentially get infected, you could affect your entire circumstance by passing it along with other people within your household. And then you're really screwed. And then what? Then what do you do after that point? You know, so I have to think about those things too, because it's like a double whammy. It's like, it's bad on both accounts, but it's like one could affect you in a permanent way, a super long-term way, versus how one is maybe temporary, you know, hopefully temporary. I would suggest, if you have any credit card payments, anything like that, even your rent, whatever the case is, your phone call waits will be super long. But call your mortgage lender, call your whoever's your lease is under, call your credit card companies and explain how things have been affected. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what do? You spend your last dollar, and many people live check to check. What do you spend your last dollar on? Paying credit card bills or food, survival things, you know what I mean? So you have to think about that. What's more important, your credit score, or, you know, you eating something? And I keep doing this because the screen keeps falling asleep and my mouth is super dry. But what makes me nervous is that there's no super symptoms, obvious symptoms anymore. It's like anybody could have it. And what I think is, like, people who do or are allowed to still go into the workforce, I think there should be mandatory screenings or testing or whatever, at least on a weekly basis, because you don't know if that person right next to you may have it. And then everybody going to curbside, right? You could be spreading that easily. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You may lower the chances of a lot of people or more people, but you still have the possibility of of transferring, because people aren't wearing gloves and masks and all that everywhere I go. There's still bare hands and bare face passing things that you purchased on curbside. It's no different. I just feel like you just made the crowd smaller. And anybody who's working in larger places and facilities who have not decided to shut down for whatever their reasons are, man, be careful. Really think about your family and yourself and your health more than that check, if you're able to. Now, I know it's very hard, and that's how I feel like some of these companies can get you, because they know you need the money and they're pushing the agenda that you're helping the economy. But I'm pretty sure the majority of those people will not agree with that. They're only there because they need the money for their family, and they feel like they're in a bind and they're in a position to have to do what they have to do, you know. But by doing that, they're putting themselves actually at risk, and also their family members. So just be careful, be safe. I don't want to get too caught up in the politics of everything or in this conversation, but just be careful and be safe. Make sure you occupy yourself. If my main thing is always uplifting and top level. I always say everything on the up, right? So anything that you've had an idea about, anything that you wanted to do, you're interested in trying. I gotta go open the window, it's hot as I don't know what. Anything you're interested in trying, investing if you could afford it, an idea, getting off your butt, conquering the internet, social media, YouTube, whatever it is. Anybody who has had these thoughts, do it. Do it now. If you're gonna stay home, if you're gonna be home, right, during this time, don't waste it. This ain't a vacation. If you're gonna be home, this is the time to spend time with your family because you never did, or this is the time to get up off your butt and do something that you've been talking about for a long time. There's no excuses now, so you need to go ahead and do it. And with that being said, I'm gonna sign off, and I mean, let me know what y'all doing. Are y'all doing things that, like, you know how they got the New Year's resolutions and all that? Do you have a resolution now that you're gonna take more seriously? I hope so. I hope that you're doing whatever you can, the best that you can, at the best of your abilities and your circumstances. I'm like, why wait? There's no need for me to wait. I need to jump on this now. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, what I'm personally going to be doing is investing in myself. And investing in something doesn't necessarily mean money. It could be time. So right now I'm gonna invest more time into maybe uploading more and doing more social media things and stuff like that, and just getting better at it. You know, it don't matter how good or bad I am and how many people follow or don't follow. It's just like, if I have certain goals, I need to attack it now. I need to go ahead and work towards that. And what better time than now? People who are forced to be home, you need to do something productive with yourself. Again, I'm doing something productive with myself. I'm gonna do things that I've been talking about, things that I feel like I've been needing to do, but I always feel like there's not enough time in the day. But now, what is your excuse? If you're home right now, even if you are worried about money and finances and bills, worrying is not going to change anything. Worrying is not going to put money in your pocket. So do something that you're able to do within your home the best way that you can. And if you're not sure, hey, just try. It doesn't hurt to try, you know what I mean? So let's get right back to the video. With that being said, what you think about so I normally don't wear a lot of bright colors and all that, so what do you think about these? And mind you, I don't know if you can see them. Roshis? I don't even remember them. I don't know if you can see these joints. They're like track shoes. They're not even that comfortable, to be honest. I just have to have a red shirt, so I'm like, you know what, it might go with it, and it does. These are actually like 3 years old or something like that. It's kind of crazy that they still mint, you know what I'm saying? I wore them literally one time and they just look like clown shoes or something. They had nothing to wear with them, so I just put them on today. Anyway, that doesn't mean don't be fresh. It don't mean start looking crazy just because of what's happening. You still got to maintain yourself, be strong through this situation, and make sure you do everything at your top level, because remember, you're in no competition with anybody except yourself. So make sure your next move is your best move, or at least your better move. I'll talk to you until next time. All right, be safe out there. All right.